Stepping quickly down there. Shot and a score! It's Dorrington from an improbable angle.
If the name on the back of Northeastern junior defenseman Jackson Dorrington's jersey sounds familiar to you, you're not alone.
I never got to meet him, which I wish I could have. Having the same name as him, like it pushes me to kind of carry on the name and take it to the next step and do what he couldn't do. He paved the path for me and tons of other players, and it's just special to kind of have that connection towards him and know that he's a pioneer of the game.
Jackson's late distant cousin, Art Dorrington, was the first black man to sign an NHL contract in 1950, 8 years before Willie O'Ree broke the color barrier.
He was a bit distant, but I just know that all the family members were super proud of him for what he did, and they all knew that he was just a hardworking guy who just wanted to play the game. So, and then he did a lot of great things after.
It's no shock Dorrington feels right at home at Northeastern, given its rich history with hockey players of color, including former captain Wayne Turner, who scored the goal that gave the Huskies their first Beanpot title in 1980.
Well, I think overall, even those that weren't hockey fans felt some relief just because they had always heard that we'd never won. So it was something that everybody got off their back and could identify with for a while, particularly because the hockey program wasn't a well-known program at the time. We were underdogs, extreme underdogs, so I just think it was really, really surprising.
The history extends all the way to recent Husky stars and current Montreal Canadian Jayden Struble and current Columbus Blue Jacket Jordan Harris.
It is awesome to kind of carry on what they started here, and it starts with the coaches and like what they have brought in, and because it's like they're not just recruiting us because we're black or whatever, but they're recruiting us because we're good kids and they're good hockey players. So I mean that's like the biggest thing for their program, and it just happens to be that we're black too, and that's awesome that we kind of have that tradition here, and that there's a lot of other black players that are going to come here. And
to see the culture that we've built, it doesn't matter what you look like, what your religion is, what your background is. It's all about coming here and doing things the right way and being good people and being part of a program that you're proud of.
That's why it came as a surprise to Jackson when he found out that Northeastern Hockey hadn't hosted an event to recognize their diverse history. So he took it upon himself to host a Breaking Barriers night at Matthews Arena.
It was awesome. It was a great setup. I got a lot of help from Becca Mitchell and Sydney Dinger to set that up, but I mean, I thought it went well. It just kind of celebrated the diversity within the program, us and the women's team. I mean, I'm glad that I was able to put that on, and hopefully we can continue to put that on for more years to come.
Jackson's selfless, right? He's not thinking about himself at all. He's thinking about how can I help the next group of young players that are coming up that might have it a little bit tough, and how can I help them? And that's the type of kid he is, and again, just seeing how he stepped up, and it wasn't something that he was asked to do, it was something that he wanted to do. It's something that makes us very proud of him.
A week before Breaking Barriers night, Jackson took part in the Pass the Torch Jamboree at Matthews, finally meeting Hockey Hall of Famer Willie O'Ree.
That was awesome too. That was where I met Willie O'Ree, and kind of see like the work that he's done, because that's what he does, is put together a bunch of groups to play hockey, and giving just like underprivileged kids the opportunity to play is just awesome to see, and to be a part of it was awesome.
Jackson, a 2022 draft pick of the Vancouver Canucks whose rights were traded to the Rangers, hopes he can follow in O'Ree's footsteps and one day skate on NHL ice.
Point, Dorrington with time, shoots, scores! Jackson Dorrington.
Like O'Ree famously said, Jackson just wants to be a hockey player, but he knows the value he brings for kids sitting in the stands and at home watching that look just like him.
Growing up, I loved PK Subban, and just like seeing someone who kind of looked like me play in the National Hockey League and be an NHL All-Star just gave me a lot of confidence. It was like, I can do this too. So if I could be that guy for someone in the crowd, like just one person, that would mean the world to me.